Welcome to the Cell-abration cooking channel. I'm Madeline with my partner, Michelle. Today we will show you how to bake a tasty animal cell.
But there are also two other types of cells:
bacteria and plant cells.
Now before we make our tasty treat, we need to learn about the cell theory.
The cell theory has three parts.
The first one is all living things are composed of cells.
The second one is cells are the basic unit of structure and function in living things.
And finally, all cells are produced from other cells.
That means that unlike what scientists thought early on about cells spontaneously generating from nothing,
is wrong. All cells are made from other cells through either mitosis or meiosis, but we won't go into that today.
Now, let's start making our cell.
To start off, we need to make our cytoplasm, which is going to hold all cell parts in place. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid that exists in the space between the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane.
There are several ingredients that must be mixed to create our cytoplasm. The flour, the sugar, the oil, the water, and the eggs are all combined to make cytoplasm.
Now, solidify your mixture.
In the meantime, let's learn about different types of cells. Plant and bacteria cells.
Plant cells. Plant cells contain a cell wall and a cell membrane. They contain one large vacuole and contain multiple chloroplasts. They are usually squarish in shape and are eukaryotes, which means they have a nucleus.
Bacteria cells. Bacteria cells contain a cell wall and a cell membrane. They contain only ribosomes, and they do not have any other organelles. They are prokaryotes, which means they do not have a nucleus.
Similarities of all three types. All three cells have a cell membrane, and they all have ribosomes.
All have genetic material that is found either inside the nucleus or in the cytoplasm. That's all for the cells. Cytoplasm is ready.
Now we add the cell membrane.
Next, we add the cell organelles. Vocabulary word!
Organelles are the small parts found inside the cells that perform all the functions that a cell needs for survival.
Cell organelles include the nucleus.
The nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear membrane, which protects the nucleus and controls what comes in and out of it.
Then, there is the endoplasmic reticulum, which transports materials throughout the cell.
Ribosomes are the small structures found all throughout the cell which produce proteins.
There are also mitochondria, which break down sugars and produce energy for the cell.
Next, we'll add the lysosomes, which are found in animal cells. These organelles break down food particles and old cell parts.
The Golgi bodies receive materials from the ER and send them to other parts of the cell.
finally, we have the vacuoles. These structures act as storage containers for the cell. They hold things like food, water, waste, and other materials.
That's all for cell organelles.
Now, just because we have finished making our cell doesn't mean that it's actually a living thing, because all living things have certain characteristics.
These characteristics include cellular organization, containing similar chemicals, using energy, growing and developing, responding to their surroundings, and reproduction.
These are all qualities of living things. Since our cell doesn't have all these characteristics, it isn't classified as a living thing.
Individual cells do not have cellular organization, but I think you already know that.
And they don't grow or develop either.
Next, we will talk about the needs of living things.
All living things need to satisfy their basic need for energy, water, living space, and stable internal conditions for homeostasis.
Well, that's all we have for today.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Madeline.
Signing off.
Review questions. Question 1. What are the 3 parts of the cell theory? All living things are composed of cells. Cells are the basic unit of structure and function in all living things. All cells are produced from other cells. Question 2. What is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that exists in space between the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane. Question 3. What are the 3 types of cells? Plant, animal, and bacteria. Question 4. What is the only type of small organelle in the bacteria cell? Ribosomes. Question 5. Which 2 cells are eukaryotes? Plant and animal. Question 6. Which 2 cells have a cell wall? Plant and bacteria. Question 7. Where can genetic material be found in a cell? Inside the nucleus or floating in the cytoplasm? Question 8. What are cell organelles? The small parts found inside of cells that perform all of the functions that a cell needs to survive. Question 9. What is the purpose of the nuclear membrane? It protects the nucleus and controls what goes in and out of the nucleus. Question 10. What is the purpose of the ER, also known as the endoplasmic reticulum? It transports materials throughout the cell. What are ribosomes? Or question 11. What are ribosomes? Organelles that are found all throughout the cells and produce proteins. Question 12. What do mitochondria do? They break down sugars and produce energy for the cell. They are also known as the powerhouse of cells. Question 13. What are lysosomes? Lysosomes break down food particles and old cell parts. Question 14. What do Golgi bodies do? They receive materials from the ER and send them to the other parts of the cell. Question 15. What are vacuoles? Vacuoles are storage containers of the cell. Question 16. What are the 6 characteristics of living things? Cellular organization, contain similar chemicals, use energy, grow and develop, respond to surroundings, and reproduce. Question 17. What are the 4 needs of living things? Energy, water, living space, stable internal conditions, also known as homeostasis. The end.